Good morning, everyone. My name is Glenda Devlin, and I am privileged to be the chair of the Family Relationship Service Australia board. And so now I'm delighted to formally begin today's proceedings with a welcome to country. I respectfully acknowledge the people of the Yugambeh language region, the traditional owners of the land on which we meet. As is right and just, we have asked the traditional custodians for their permission to be here on their land, and I'm most grateful to John Graham that he is with us to welcome us to country. John is a traditional custodian of the Gold Coast region, a Kombumerri man, a saltwater man of the Gold Coast part of the wider Yugambeh language group. John is a very respected figure within the southeast Queensland region, and I've heard a little bit this morning of all the things that he's doing to contribute in this area. So really active, sort of retired, but incredibly active and dedicated man to making a difference in the world we live in. He's an exemplary leader, role model and advocate for the First Peoples of Australia. So please join me in welcoming John.
Thanks very much for that beautiful welcome and to the conference here. We haven't turned on the best weather for you, but it only just started yesterday. So hopefully by this afternoon it's drifting out to the west or to the north, and you'll get some sunshine before the end of the conference. Bagel Yungai Jimbalungs, g'day friends. My name's John Graham, proud Kombumerri man, a saltwater man of the Gold Coast region. Our people are part of the wider Yugambeh language group, whose land stretch from the Logan River in the north to the Tweed in the south, the other side of the Great Dividing Range, out past Bow Desert, up to a place called Teviot Brook in the north, and bordered by the beautiful Pacific Ocean. Kombumerri land stretch from the the Kombumerri River in the north, down to the Tweed and to the foothills of the mountains. As it all welcomes, I'd like to acknowledge and pay my respects to elders, past, present and emerging, because it was old people that fought the good fight in dark and desperate times, in order for people of our generation, not my generation, our generation, to work with other Australians towards a reconciled nation, in order for us to leave a legacy for our young people. For they're the bearers of the flame, keepers of the knowledge, keep our culture strong into the future. I pay my respects to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people across this nation. I pay my respects to the spirit of this land and our people, which includes all of us here today. My authority to speak comes through Warru, my apical ancestor, who grew up on the banks of the Logan and Narang River, Nuttingwall, place of the shovel-nosed ray. In her later life, she came and lived with her daughter Jenny and husband Andrew, who were the river masters, the river pilots of the mighty Narang River, long before all the canal estates were developed, long before all the skyscrapers were built. Lived on a small island called Gardner Island, Graham Island, just off Brighton Parade at Southport, just down from the Southport Bridge. Our people were sustained by the abundance of seafood from both the river and the ocean. Our footprint remains solid in this built environment because our sovereignty was never ceded. We are and always will be traditional custodians of this place. I say custodians, others say owners, and that's their prerogative. But I believe that Mother Earth has sustained us for eons of time, and we as Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people have always given back. It's a message I give to small groups and large groups. It's a message of sustainability, of looking after the planet, looking after country, jargon. It's a message that we all can do and be influencers within our own communities, because without Mother Earth, humanity's failed to doom. But anyway, there's lots of other things happening, including today's conference. I've had the pleasure of welcoming you here today. I ask you several things. Respect this place, Kurrawa, Broadbeach, but Kurrawa, it's a name for the Aboriginal name for this place, place of rough water. Respect the fauna and flora, respect each other, and most importantly, respect yourselves. Enjoy the conference. Anyabu, until we meet again. Thank you.
So again, I want to thank John for welcoming us to country, and I wish to pay my respect to you, John, and all elders past, present and emerging. We do not take lightly the privilege that it is extended to us by your welcome to country. I also wish to pay my respects to all Aboriginal people today with us. So again, let's just thank John again for his so gracious welcome to us. So it is my pleasure to open the Family Relationship Service Australia National Conference for 2023 here on the vibrant Gold Coast. I am delighted to see so many of you here. We have over 550 delegates, a record number for FRSA, surpassing even our large turnout in 2022. As we commence this time together, I just encourage you now to take a moment. Just take a couple of deep breaths in and out, to be present and just to be aware of something that you're thankful for. Just take a moment now. In the rush to get here, we often just forget to breathe deeply, don't we? So I encourage you, if you've thought of something that you're thankful for, grateful for, to find someone to share that with at morning tea this morning. Today, we are participating in one of the largest annual Australian gatherings of practitioners, academics and policymakers working to support children, families and communities. The FRSA conference has become an exciting platform for sharing thought-provoking ideas and quality achievements of our members. This year's theme, Services Within Everyone's Reach, Choice, Connection, Collaboration, encourages us to reflect on how we can ensure that our services are within the reach of all that require them, particularly in the context of rising cost of living costs and housing pressures. In the midst of these social and economic challenges, the FRSA conference is more important than ever. Thank you for choosing to attend this conference. It's certainly been one of the highlights of my year. It's such a wonderful opportunity to support one another and learn and grow together. I wonder if you could raise your hand if you agree that the work of our sector is vital for the Australian community today. Isn't that good? We all agree. Something really important we have in common. I'm sure I can rely on you to find lots and lots of ways to recognise and encourage one another in this vital work over the next couple of days. Certainly, we are stronger together. We have an outstanding program. Whether you're in government, a policymaker, researcher, or service provider, there are rich resources of information to inspire and inform your decisions and how to best serve Australian families and communities in our ever-changing environment. To lead you through the plenary sessions this year, we have 3 Masters of Ceremonies, myself today, and then tomorrow FRSA board member and chair of the conference committee, Leanne Stroman, and on Thursday FRSA executive director, Jackie Brady, along with our guest note speaker, award-winning journalist, Jess Hill. Before we move into these varied, fantastic discussions stemming from our conference themes, there are a few people I have to thank and organisations we want to thank for making this conference possible. Firstly, the FRSA board, my colleagues, the FRSA Conference Reference Committee, thank you, that has some co-opted people that have contributed from the sector, thank you. The FRSA Secretariat, our hardworking staff, all of our conference sponsors, thank you for your generosity, including our partners, the Department of Social Services, the Attorney General's Department, and of course we welcome all the departmental staff in attendance. Our gold sponsors, United Counselling and Mediation, Interrelate. Our silver sponsors, Drummond Street Services, the E-Safety Commissioner, and Catholic Care Social Services South West Queensland, our ochre sponsor, Relationships Australia, our mobile office sponsor, Anglicare Australia, our conference app sponsor, Mallee Family Care, our lanyard sponsor, CSNet, our exhibitors, Community Data Solutions, Catholic Care Social Services Southwest, Queensland, our Family Wizard, Interrelate, Emerging Minds, Global Training and Professional Development, eSafety Commissioner, CSNet, and our reciprocal sponsor and exhibitor, the Australian Institute of Family Services. In 2023, FRSA is making a more conscious effort to lessen our environmental impact from the National Conference. One of the ways we're aiming to create a greener event is a push to redirect paper and use less paper and use our conference app. So the app is the central hub for all information about the conference, and if you need any help with that, please talk to the staff at the registration and information desks. I've found it a useful thing to have. It's much smaller than the program, so much easier to carry around. I encourage you all to use it. Before I move on, I just wonder if we could applaud the people who have contributed to making this conference possible, all that long list there.